It's Madden NFL 23.
Men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from FedEx Field. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. Bringing him out is the pride of North Dakota State. Now in his 7th NFL season, Carson Wentz.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the law.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
Part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now, on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop. Second down, here's Chubb again. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down the 8-yard line. Calling a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Chubb pushing his way into the end zone. Touchdown. Well, Charles, clearly they wanted to send a message there and impose their will. They score on their opening possession on a drive comprised entirely of rushing the football.
Message sent. I don't know that the team on the other side of the field wanted to receive it, but what a statement on their opening drive. Just run it all the way downfield, no passes. That absolutely sets the tone that they're going to be physical in this game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. 15 carries, 60 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
On play action, it's Wentz. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A huge play there for Washington. 41 yards.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receive.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. After the interception, here's Watson. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
But this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. He's piloted 2 drives so far, and unfortunately not very well piloted. Both led to interceptions. Now they're facing the deficit. Another touchdown after that previous pick. Starting over here, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. There he goes, left side. Touchdown! Curtis Samuel hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. Cleveland offense making their way out. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here. And
it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. He's got a man, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 36 yards on the play. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. A shotgun snap for Watson. This is caught. Touchdown, Browns. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Browns have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 21-7. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's OBJ, Odell Beckham, who ends it with a touchdown reception. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
From the 31, Wentz. That's going to be caught by Samuel. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. Able to connect. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham, and that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Watson. He completes it to Beckham. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, snapped at the 11.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Browns take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. To throw is Watson. It's complete to Cook. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Now Watson. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
He's got this complete, finding Cook on the crossing route. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as the defense nowhere to be found there. A gain of 20 on 4th down. Back to throw, Watson. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone can go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Browns are able to add on to their first half lead.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Well, we're probably not the first, but all of us at EA Sports certainly want to wish you and yours a happy and prosperous new year. And as a celebration of that, a big slate of NFL games on this Sunday, Week 17. Second to last weekend of the NFL docket. Later tonight, the battle for Los Angeles, Rams and Chargers, 5:15 Pacific at SoFi. And then on Monday night, Charles and I are on to Cincinnati. Bills and Bengals, 2 cold weather teams in what will be a frigid Paul Brown Stadium. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Wentz. Going to be caught downfield by Dotson. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz, and this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. He's going to air one out. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. Wentz to the sideline on 4th down. Joey Sly is out there now for the Washington field goal. And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and they will remain well behind. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because that incompletion's on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. It's another touchdown pass for Deshaun Watson, his 5th of the afternoon. And the Browns will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by York is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Commanders back out late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Wentz now on first down. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Wentz now on first down. Going right back to Dotson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first is Wentz. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Not able to go anywhere that time. Second down. Wentz going to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And he missed it. It's no good. And they will remain well behind.
It's hard to be surprised at the miss there with the way this first half has gone. Here they were hoping to get some sort of momentum to carry them into the locker room, but even this doesn't pan out.
No time now.
The final shot before the break. Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And he returns this to the 22. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the 3rd. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. He's going to try and go deep again. He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Browns come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. First chance for the Commanders offense now as they head out for their opening series of the second half. On 1st down, Wentz. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. straight ahead, Gibson. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
To throw, it's Wentz. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Wentz. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The man wreaking havoc there, Gerald McCoy, the D tackle. Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 30 yards. Watson now to throw. Pressure comes and down he goes. That time multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
After the sack on first down, Watson. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are in great shape here as they take over at their 36-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Gibson again. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, Wentz. Thomas brings it in. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, 49 yards. And the Commanders take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Sly is up and good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field as this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down. Out of the gun, Watson. Touchdown! Jared Cook from 21 yards away. And the Browns are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wentz steps away to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it. One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Tressway now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. When you're in a zone like he is, what's the conversation like on the sideline between he and his quarterback? Is that a one-way conversation of, hey, just keep getting me the football?
It actually is probably a two-way conversation because he wants to keep getting him the football because he's seeing the payoff. You know, getting the ball to that guy means yardage, and as we've seen, touchdowns in this game. So I think both of them get more and more excited about the possibilities as things continue on.
Yeah, so far it's been over 100 yards and the 2 scores. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Browns. Anthony Schwartz, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Browns are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down. Wentz now to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. York on now for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception. navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken at the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Now Wentz to try again after the pick six. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down. To throw is Wentz. Open man is Samuel, complete. That one a first down pickup of 8. Here's Wentz to throw. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. To throw again on second down. Wentz looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. And now the punter, Tressway, as he sends this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like he's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
He'll let this go for the end zone and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to, because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Commanders preparing for their next possession. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Meanwhile, Wentz's throw into the hands of McLaurin. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
Here we go.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Throwing it Terry McLaurin's way again, and he's got it. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Now Wentz. And he finds McLaurin. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
The extra point by Sly is up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The return from his end zone is Grant. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the end zone, Watson. He sets to fire deep. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You always think about picking up the first down, but in this case, they were thinking about something bigger. They were thinking about the home run shot and took it downfield. Unable to connect, but admire the effort.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And an utter disaster as the ball's going to go over on downs at the 2-yard line. How about this starting field position? 1st and goal from 2 yards out. Throwing now is Wentz. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. The extra point by Sly is up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And Watson's going to throw it here. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. Got a man. It's Schwartz, complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again is Watson. Under pressure, and down he goes. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. Some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, When I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Go.
Throwing is Wentz. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a turn?